Let's start with a thought that might make you a little uncomfortable. What if the single most recommended tool for home defense, the modern handgun, is actually just the very last tiny piece of a very old, very large puzzle? And what if, by focusing all our attention on that last piece, we've completely forgotten the massive, intelligent, and terrifyingly effective structure that holds it? For the vast stretch of human history, the handgun didn't exist. And yet, people still defended their homes, their families, and their livelihoods against threats that were often far more immediate and relentless than what we face today. They didn't do it with a quick draw. They did it with deep design. Today, we're stepping back, way back, to uncover the three non-negotiable tools that defended homes for centuries before a trigger was ever pulled. This isn't about replacing your gear. It's about understanding the fortress it's meant to supplement. The first tool wasn't a thing you held. It was a thing you had. Hindsight, or more accurately, foresight. In medieval castle design, this was embodied by structures like the Bretache or the hoarding. These were wooden parapets or balconies that projected out from the top of a stone wall. Why? To allow defenders to look directly down along the face of their own wall, to eliminate the blind spot at the base of the castle where attackers would love to hide, to set fires, or to work on the gate. It was architectural omnipotence. The principle is brutal. If you can see them coming, and they know you can see them coming, most conflicts never escalate. The modern application is devastatingly simple, and it has nothing to do with building a stone tower. It's about eliminating your property's blind spots with light and line of sight. It means pruning back the overgrown bushes that hug your house. It means installing motion sensor lights that cover the sides of your structures, not just the door. It might mean a well-placed, obvious security camera. The goal is to project hindsight, to make it clear to anyone approaching that they have been seen, that their approach is noted, and that they have lost the advantage of surprise. This tool works 24/7, never needs cleaning, and never runs out of ammunition. It works while you sleep. Alright, a riddle to test your strategic foresight. I am not a weapon, but I prevent wars. I am not a shield, but I provide cover. I am most valuable when deployed long before a threat arrives. I am the child of observation and the parent of deterrence. What am I? We'll circle back to the answer, which is the cornerstone of all good defense. Our second pre-industrial tool was Hearthside. For centuries, the hearth, the fireplace, was the literal and figurative heart of a home. It provided heat, light, and a place to cook. But in a defensive context, it was also the strategic stronghold. In a frontier cabin or a stone cottage, if an intrusion happened, the family would fall back to the hearth. Why? Because it was a source of light in the dark, a source of tools, the poker, the kettle, and often the most structurally solid part of the house with a massive chimney. It was the original safe room, but one that was in daily use. The principle here is about interior lines of defense and resource concentration. You know your home better than any intruder. Designate your modern hearth. Is it a bedroom with a solid door and a charged phone? A bathroom with a lock? The point is to have a pre-identified fallback position that is known to every member of the household. This is where you rally. This is where you call for help. This is where you make your stand. Not with a heroic last charge, but with a fortified, communicative position that turns your home's interior to your advantage. The Hearthside principle moves defense from a reactive, roaming patrol to a strategic, contained response. Now, the third tool, Hardside. This is the language your property speaks before you ever utter a word. Before the invention of cheap, thin siding and large, picturesque windows, homes were built of materials that sent a message. A stone cottage, a log cabin with narrow windows, a house surrounded by a thorny FEJ, a fence made of living woven hedge. These materials said, "This structure is durable. Breaking in will be slow, loud, and difficult." This is the principle of material message or psychological deterrence through perceived strength. You don't need to live in a bunker to use this. A solid, well-maintained front door instead of a hollow core one. Robust locks. Obvious, sturdy window boxes or thorny landscaping under first-floor windows. The goal is to make your home present a hard side, to look like a time-consuming, noisy, and physically punishing target. Most threats are looking for the easiest score, not a fair fight or a construction project. Your home's hard side is the story it tells from the street. Make it a boring, difficult story. Riddle answer time. The tool is deterrence, achieved through foresight and observation. It's the principle of the Bretache, made modern. If you saw that, your mindset is already shifting. So where does this leave the handgun, the shotgun, or any other tool of last resort? It puts it in its proper historical context, as the final desperate measure inside the Hearthside, when all other layers of Hindsight and Hardside have been breached. It is the smallest, last-ditch component of a much larger system. By rediscovering and applying these three pre-industrial tools, Hindsight, seeing them coming, Hearthside, having a defensive plan and rally point, and Hardside, building a discouraging exterior, you aren't abandoning modern tools. You are building the intelligent, layered fortress that they were always meant to serve within. You stop being a person hoping a gadget will save you, and start being a person who has designed a life that is inherently, intelligently difficult to threaten. And that is a security that no single piece of gear, no matter how effective, can ever provide on its own.